It's Top Fuel Racing, live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome to Indianapolis, and after a crazy race last week, we finally make it here to the Midwest and the Brickyard itself. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett, in the booth for you again here for Esports Broadcasting Network. And my oh my, what a race we have in store for you tonight after the insane action we saw last week at the Last Great Coliseum. What can we expect around here? We've got 19 drivers set to take the green here for 65 laps. With a 20 lap, with a break on lap 20, of course. And it's going to be one hell of a show here tonight. Qualifying pretty much kicking off right now. But before we do that, let's give you an update on the points actually before we go into tonight's race. Jake Nichols, your points leader going into tonight. David Shutt in second place. Not going to win yet to Jake Nichols 2. Nate Trato got that win earlier in the season as well. He's in third. Eddie Kerner had some bad luck at Bristol. He's there in P4. Nick Northrup in fifth. Ty Sifford currently in the top 10 in sixth. So he's in a pretty good shape for the chase here tonight. Dwayne Culberson in seventh. Mark Newland in eighth. Ninth is Freddie De La Rosa. And Robbie Oddy is in 10th. Brad Bothwell, Bobby Cheney, Robert Giannini, Ethan Kurtz, Bryce Senestack, Jared Darling, Delonta Ballard, Walter Bentley, Brett Punkari, and James Doan round out your top 20. But we're here tonight for the racing action, so let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. The qualifying session is underway, and we are going to go straight into what is going to be happening down on the track. Let's go and take a look now, shall we? As we've not got times in just yet. It looks like we have. Very busy track right now. There's Dwayne Culberson just out on track right now. As the first time it's in, Craig Schroeder putting down the benchmark here in the number 23. And just as I say that, Ty Sifford goes straight to the top of the board in the Ill Will Press at number 98. And Lucid Dreams, number 98, I will say. Ethan Kurtz up to second, as Ethan Kurtz is right in the wall. Ethan, that's not how you win a race, and yeah. Robbie Oddy there, currently sitting in third. He's finished his qualifying run. Nick Northrup in fourth. Dwayne Culberson in fifth, we've just seen him. Delonta Ballard in sixth. Bobby Cheney returning this week, he's in seventh. And Craig Schroeder is in eighth. So that is your top eight so far. Jake Nichols, the points leader, he is out on track right now, trying to put down a qualifying time. Let's see what he can put in. We've got just under 2 minutes left in the session. As he comes down the start-finish straight, and he's going to slow it down, he's going to lock it down, and slightly tap the wall. Wasn't happy with his outlap, it seems. As we've got Brian Oshel up into 9th place now. Ty Sifford still holding on to the pole. Jared Darling out on track as well now. Very nice line there through 1. Just as well of a nice... Oh no, I was going to say it was a nice line through 2, but slams the wall on the exit at turn 2, and that is going to end his qualifying for the night as Robbie Yardi does jump in. Bryce Senetak actually jumps into P8 now as he hits the wall coming down to 2 as well. I'm thinking turn 2 and turn 4 might be a bit of a problem here tonight. Nate Trato coming down to the line now. What can he put down? As he jumps up to 2nd place right alongside Tyler Sifford, and we've seen the battles these two have had so far this season. Very entertaining stuff from these two. Bobby Cheney up to P10. As just seeing who else has put times down. Jeremy Poole is out on track now in that purple machine. As qualifying going to come to an end, so the driver's not taking the time here. Marcus Richardson, Jake Nichols, Eddie Kerner, and a few others. So let's go to the grid for tonight's race, shall we? As I'm going to take down the qualifying and bring up the grid for tonight's race. So Ty Sifford getting the pole here, so great result for him. As I'm going to find a nice... Nope. That'll do. So we're going to go for the grid before they start rolling. It's a long pace lap here as Tyler Sifford does sit on the pole for this race. He'll be joined on that front row by Nate Trato. Row 2 will be Ethan Kurtz and Robbie Oddy. Row 3 will be Nick Northrup and Zoltan Herzeg. Row 4 will be Robert Giannini and Dwayne Culberson. Row 5 will be Delonta Ballard and Bobby Cheney. Row 6 will be Bryce Senesak and Craig Schroeder. Row 7 will be Brian Oshel and Marcus Richardson. First driver not to take a time. Points leader Jake Nichols will be starting in the 15th position with Eddie Kerner alongside him in 16th. 17th, sorry. 18th will be Freddie De La Rosa and 19th will be Jared Darling. 20th will be Brad Bothwell and 21st will be Jeremy Poole, and that will be your field for tonight. So that is your field for tonight. Let's bring up the good old ticker. We've got 65 laps to get out of your way. And it says in the top left hand corner, just below the ESPN sign, start your engines, and it sounds like they already have, so a bit premature there. But before we go anywhere, let's go give a quick shout out to the channel sponsor. That is iRacing iFlag. Make sure you go to iRacingIFlag.com and see what they have on offer. And if you do decide to buy something, make sure you put in the promo code esports2019 to get yourself 15% off your purchase. So why not go to iRacingIFlag.com today and see what they have on offer today. So 65 laps is the scheduled distance to the person that just asked in the live chat. Logan Detweiler. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, dude. 65 laps. We will have a caution break on lap 20, or the end of lap 20. See Tyler Sifford just warming up them tyres there. Watch for Jake Nichols coming from the back there. He will be on it like a car bonnet as soon as the green flag flies. And I hope I don't have. Yes, I do. See the Unleashed Graphix logo on the back of that 98. Can he hold on and get a win here tonight? Had a bit of a tough time at Bristol last week. Hopefully he can get a better result here tonight. Same for Nate Trato. Had a tough couple of races. Ethan Kurtz has been up there but not been quite with it, as in being in the top 5. So this might be a turnaround for his season as they come down through turn 4 now. The pace car will make that left turn into pit road in just a moment. And the field will be in control of Tyler Sifford as they come out of turn 4. Down the start-finish straight. And there goes the pace car. And we're waiting. And 65 laps of racing are underway for the Sim Racing Authority Sim Graphix Truck Series here at Indianapolis. And into turn 1 they go. Everybody want to be taking it easy, go through turns 1 and 2. We know how much of a calamity corner turn 2 can be. Can they all make it round safely? And the answer is a definitely maybe. We're back a bit through the field. We've got Craig Schroeder there. He's got Jake Nichols to his inside. There is Marcus Richardson as well, winner last week from Bristol. But your leader coming through the 3-4 complex will be Ty Sifford. Out of turn 4 they come. We've got one very high into the wall, but everybody seems to make it round safely. Freddie De La Rosa going to come down pit road. So early troubles there for the man in the 3. Through turn 1 they all come though. Bit of a wiggle there by Ethan Kurtz. Got one very high there. That looks like Craig Schroeder. And they all make it round again. So good moves for those guys. David Schutt just starting from pit road incidentally for the man in the 42. Very uncharacteristic there by him, but he should make it up. But the gap back up again once the if we get a caution here tonight as they come down the start finish straight again to end lap 2 now. And Tyler Sifford still your leader, and Nate Trato, they're actually starting to put a gap on Ethan Kurtz now. As Kurtz gets into the wall on the entrance of turn 1, that's going to screw him off a ton of speed. He needs to back off out of it. And that's going to let the 31 and Robert Giannini get to his inside, and Ethan Kurtz going to get absolutely freight trained here now. Bad luck for the man in the 2. But no harm, no foul. He carries on racing. Ty Sifford and Nate Trato now out to an 8/10 of a second lead over Robbie Oddy, who's now inherited 3rd place. Nick Northrup is ahead of Zoltan Herteg, sorry, in the 94. Herteg running a very similar paint scheme to Martin Newland, who unfortunately is not here tonight, which is strange. But everybody looking like they're getting spread out already here tonight. We'll go back to Jake Nichols now. He is currently on the tail of Bobby Cheney, now in the top 10. Jake Nichols on fire already this race as it goes on. Everybody taking it easy through 1 and 2, as you'd expect, as you see Giannini going wide through turn 2. Oh, almost contact with Selesak there, and Selesak having to back out of it ever so slightly. That's going to let Bobby Cheney getting a little bit of a toe off of Selesak, and got to move to the inside of Giannini and move his way up to P8 now. Jake Nichols right there as well, as we've already mentioned. As we begin lap 5 of 65 here. Nate Trato is now in the lead after passing Tyler Sifford, as Sifford still holding on to the back of the 99 actually. Ethan Kurtz back up to P6 after his little moment there through turn 1. Made back a couple of positions actually, I'm sorry. A bit further back, we're seeing a nice little battle between Eddie Kerner and Delonta Ballard there. Is Kerner going to make the move? No, he's not. He's going to stay behind him. Giannini is actually falling behind these two, so he's outside the top 10 now, just ahead of Jared Darling as they come through turn 4. And there goes the move. I'm just seeing it right on the top of your screen there. Eddie Kerner going to take a look there, not going to actually execute the move as he ducks right back in behind Ballard there. As Nate Trato starting to stretch his legs now, he has checked out pretty much from Tyler Sifford. And Tyler Sifford now has his mirrors full of Robbie Oddy. Zoltan Herzog up to 4th now, and Nick Northrup ran out in top 5. Go back a bit further. Jeremy Poole, 3 wide action here between Jeremy Poole, Brad Bothwell, and Freddie De La Rosa. De La Rosa is 1 lap down after his early pit stop. Gonna move to the inside of Bothwell. Gets a lap back off Bothwell, but ultimately still a lap down altogether. Marcus Richardson, who won last week at Bristol, side by side with Giannini, who's still falling backwards as you've got some snake action going on in the background. That is the 51 of Brian Oshel there in P13. Back at the front, Rory Oddy has put the pass, or has he? He's moving to the outside actually. This is the pass for second place now as they go into turn 3. Oddy going to keep it wound up on the high side. Sifford going to hold on, or is he? Because this is door-to-door racing as they come out of turn 4. And it's now a drag race down towards turn 1, but Herzog going to capitalise on that and move his way up to 3rd place. Great move and great awareness by Zoltan Herzog. It looks like Oddy scraped up a lot of speed there going through turn 4 with that side-by-side action we saw there with Tyler Sifford, and ultimately coming out the loser there after that exchange. And here comes Herzog now trying to put an inside pass on Sifford. So Herzog up to 3rd now. Oddy has dropped back to P5. Got a decent gap over Jake Nichols now. Nichols is actually leading a little train of his own. He's got Bobby Cheney who's right behind him now after getting around Bobby Cheney incidentally. Delonta Ballard is there as well as Eddie Kerner, who still can't get around the 21. Incidentally, Senasak is right there. He's the last driver in the top 10 and they're just ahead of Ethan Kurtz. He's trying to save it. And he does save it. What a save by Ethan Kurtz. Go back and take a look at that. Comes out of turn 4. Big tank slapper there. Does everything he can to save it. He does save it. Scrapes the wall a little bit, but carries on his merry way. Great save by Ethan Kurtz there to keep his race intact, but has fallen back a couple of more spots. He's back down to the P13 spot now, back in the front. Still Tyler Sifford in 2nd, Zoltan Herzog in 3rd, Nick Northrup in 4th, and Robbie Oddy's starting to lose the pack a little bit there. He's back in P5. A bit further back, we're still going to watch this battle though between Eddie Kerner, Bryce Senasak, and actually Delonta Ballard has actually got ahead of Bryce Senasak. And we're just flying through this race, aren't we, tonight? And you've got to ask yourself, when will we have green flag pit stops in all of this? Because it's going to be coming soon. Delonta Ballard actually leading this little group of trucks there. Behind him is Bryce Senasak. He's just passed him there about half a lap ago. Eddie Kerner's right there. Jared Darling is on the back of Eddie Kerner. Actually, all over the back of Eddie Kerner. Just a few truck lengths back is Marcus Richardson. He's starting to make his way forward now. Trato still your leader. 1.6 seconds to the good over everybody else, by the way. He is absolutely gone. Meanwhile, Zoltan Herzog has moved his way up to second place. Let's take a look and see how we got that done. And it was down the start-finish straight on the previous lap. He got alongside and got a nice toe and just dove it in there into turn one. Ty Sifford, stuck on that outside line, had no chance of rescuing that position, and Herzog just takes it away. As the first caution comes out, and it's involving Marcus Richardson, who's in trouble. And actually, no, it was actually Bryce Senesac in trouble. Bryce Senesac and Jared Darling, it looked like. So let's take a look and see what happened here. Oh, no, it was actually Bryce Senesac and Eddie Kerner getting into it. Let's take another look there. Coming down the start-finish straight and into towards turn one. And halfway between turn one and the short shoot between turn one and two, they get together there. And I think it was just basically a meeting in the minds between Senesac and Kerner. Kerner coming off the worst there. Let's take a closer look at this one. So go down towards turn one there. We're on a far chase cam as they go into turn one. Bit of a wiggle there by Senesac as they go through the corner. It looks like Senesac, yeah, a bit of a twitch there. That was enough to send him up into the side of Kerner. And Senesac coming off the worst there, lifting, getting nosed into the wall, the safer barrier, I will say, and coming off with that damage there. But he is back up and running again. Caution number one is out here at Indianapolis, and looks like everybody going to bring it down pit road right now. Oh, not? Yes, they are. And this should give Freddie De La Rosa his lap back. It looks like Marcus Richardson has put it on the hauler after being involved in that incident. It was the aftermath of that incident, actually. He's put it trying to get around everybody else, but unfortunately had a bit of a mare trying to get things going again and just went straight into the wall. Jared Darling is now a lap down. David Schutt is going to stay out, I believe, and get his lap back through the wave around process. Freddie De La Rosa going to get the lucky dog, I believe. There he is. Is David Schutt actually going to come? David Schutt wasn't even a lap down, so he's okay. As it looks like Jared Darling has put it on the hauler as well, so we now have lost 2 drivers. We're down to 19 drivers in this race. Brian Oschel did not make it to his pit stall, neither did Craig Schroeder. Let's go back and see what happened to Oschel here. Might have missed his pit stall. Had Giannini right on his tail. Yeah, he just carried on straight through. But Brian Oschel will get the lead here. Craig Schroeder will be right behind him. Actually, Craig Schroeder going to drop back. Ray Trato did get the win off pit road. Ty Sifford right there as well. Nick Northrup actually beat Zoltan Herzog. Herzog losing a couple of spots there. Robbie Oddy back there as well. Bobby Cheney there. Delonta Ballard and Jake Nichols rounding out your top 10. That's going to lead us nicely into our first commercial break of the night. We'll be right back with some more racing action as we have the restart coming very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. So we are back here at Indianapolis. And it's going to be Nate Trato bringing us back to green here as we're about to get things going. Lights are off for the pace car, and Nate Trato opted for the outside line for this restart. Going to be interested to see how he handles it, but they're going to come out of turn 4 now. And the pace car going to make the hard left turn into pit road now. Nate Trato has control of the field, and we're back on the green once again here at Indianapolis. And it's going to be a 5-lap sprint to lap 20. See who can win that stage and get the extra bonus points going towards the playoffs at the end of the season. Look at the 2x2 action though between Zoltan, Herzeg and Tyler Sifford. Sifford got the inside line, Herzeg on the outside. And we got cautions again. Brad Bothwell in trouble this time. Oh. Take another look there. I think it might have been involving actually Jeremy Poole. Let's take another look there. Big dive bomb by Giannini. That unsettled Jeremy Poole. Went for the grass. Bothwell followed him through. Went around trying to stay off the back of him. And that's what brought out caution number 2. A very, very aggressive move by Robert Giannini. Started that incident there. Go back and see what happened there. They got across the line and Giannini immediately went on the attack there to the inside. Dove it in really aggressively. That unsettled Poole's truck there. Bothwell followed him through. And that's what set the spin into motion for Bothwell. As it looks like Bryce Senesack's night has come to an end as well. We're down to 18 trucks here at Indianapolis. Nate Trato still your leader. Zoltan Herzeg did win that little battle. He had it by a nose when the caution came out. Ty Sifford right there. Nick Northrup in 4th. Robbie Oddie in 5th. Bobby Cheney up to 6th now. Jake Nichols is still making his way through the field. He's in P7. Delonta Ballard is in 8th. 9th is Ethan Kurtz making his way back for the field after not one but 2 moments in the early running of this race. Dwayne Culberson is your last driver in the top 10. I'm going to give a shout out to the people in the live chat right now. I'll give a shout out to Chemo, Max Speed TV. Good to see you guys in the chat here tonight. Logan Detweiler. Still butchering your name, dude. I'm sorry. As we've got some interesting racing going on here. We've got lap 18 of 65 here. We should go back to green on lap 20, I'm hoping. Cody Della Rosa currently in pit road. Getting some fresh Mr. Feelgood and some fresh fuel. And he will be down and away very... No, he's not actually. Going to take his time. Probably... Can't understand... Not sure if he's got some damage or not. Let's take a look at Della Rosa's truck. No damage. Nope, no damage on the 3. So he's jumped out of the truck. He's probably gone to the bathroom quickly before they all come around again. There's Nate Trato's truck there. He's currently in the lead. He's been on fire so far tonight. Been absolutely on it. Zoltan Herzeg has been the man making moves as well. I apologise. So we are going through turns 1 and 2 right now, up towards the backstretch. Lights are still on the pace car. We should see them go off this time by. I believe that might have actually been the stage. So let's go through your top 10 as they stand right now. Nate Trato is your leader. Zoltan Hertzeg is in second. Ty Sifford in third. Nick Northrup in fourth. Robbie Oddy is in fifth. Bobby Cheney is in sixth. Seventh is Delonta Ballard. Eighth is Dwayne Culberson. Ninth is Eddie Kerner. And rounding out your top 10 will be Robert Giannini now. So a few changes in the top 10 there as this caution has progressed. As the sun pops out again. I will say I absolutely love this track. I've been here in real life, and I went to the most recent Indy 500. Absolutely fantastic facility, and it was truly an honour to be there to watch live race in action. It would be interesting to see how the stock cars and the trucks go around here, because I know they can be pretty entertaining around here too. So as I believe that is Craig Schroeder getting the wave around, it is. We are having the lights go off on the pace car, sorry. I wish they had pace trucks in here, it would be awesome. We will see battles recommence here as Nate Trato opting for the inside line this time. I think he's just testing the water to see which line gets the better restart. And you can't really blame him. As they come crawling down the backstretch. You should see Craig Schroeder's truck just pop out in the distance. That's the theory, anyway. Just coming out of turn 2 now. So, as they make the way through 3 and 4, the pace car will make that left turn into pit road. There's the fan cam there. And we're going to go blimp view with this one and see how it goes for the restart here for everybody. They're all getting bunched up now. Looks like Jeremy Poole eager to get going as well. Pace car is off and we're ready to get going, and away we go. Trato not wasting any time. Look at Ty Sifford though to the inside of Hertzeg already, and Ty Sifford up to second place now before we even get to the corner. So great restart there by Tyler Sifford. As they all make the way down the backstretch, we're on lap 21 of 65 here. Hertzeg going to look to the inside of Sifford now as they go into turn 3. Sifford going to be held up on that high side as here comes Nick Northrup now to the inside of Tyler Sifford. Out of turn 4 they come. And it looks like Northrup might get that position away before we get to the corner. Maybe not. Sifford's got a lot of speed there going into the corner. They're going to be side by side. Northrup going to get the better run. Here comes Robbie Oddy now to try and take the inside line on Sifford as well. And he gets it away. Sifford falling back to P5. In the space of a lap, he was leading, going it was into second place on the restart. Nate Trato using the Indy Snake to his advantage, but Zoltan Herzog is on his way. He is right behind the 99 now. And what can he do here as they come out of turn 4? He's going to get one hell of a toe here. Can he get enough of a toe to try and get a pass on Trato? Into turn 1, not enough of a toe. He's got to stay behind him for now. A bit further back, we've got Bobby Cheney making a move on Tyler Sifford as well. And Sifford just falling backwards here as we've got, almost an incident between Dwayne Culberson, I believe, and Jake Nichols. Culberson now starting to fall backwards. Eddie Kerner going to try and take the inside line on the 81. We've got side-by-side action between David Schutt and Robert Giannini. Schutt is on his way through the field as well. Remember, he started from pit road, using those cautions to his advantage and getting back up through the field now. Managed to catch up to the field through the cautions. As I believe, please say it's not so. It's not so. They were almost 3 wide there. Coming out of turn 4, David Schutt going to try and make a move again. And they will be 3 wide. There's contact between Kerner and Schutt, and Dwayne Culberson's around. Dwayne Culberson around, and we've got more carnage through the corner, and that is Oshel into the wall. Robert Giannini getting a piece of that as well. Freddie De La Rosa slowing down enough so I don't think he got any of that, to be fair. Culberson gets going again, as does Eddie Kerner. Brian Oshel getting the worst of that one. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. And he tried to slow down for the incident and just spun it around and got contact with De La Rosa actually. De La Rosa actually got into a spin himself. Bothwell able to get around it. Robert Giannini coming off badly as well. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. He actually spun it and got T-boned there by De La Rosa. Eddie Kerner going down to the infield, trying to go through the road course, it seems. Dwayne Culberson was the architect of that. Let's go and see what happened. There was a 3-wide incident. Contact between David Schutt. That was, was a knock-on effect there between Schutt, Kerner, and then Culberson, who went around, and then the ensuing carnage. And like I said, Brian Oshel coming off the worst in that one. He is now a lap down, having to tow that. So more frustration for Nate Trato. He is leading this race still, but he keeps getting pegged back. He gets away from the pack behind him, but unfortunately gets pegged back due to the cautions. And yeah, caution number 3 out. Everyone going to come down pit road now. And let's see who's going to win the race off pit road here. We see Nate Trato getting towards his box. He gets into his box nicely, actually. Siffer going to go into his box. He's fine. Everybody going to hit their marks apart from Culberson, it seems. Finally gets into his pit box, but it's going to be Nate Trato who's going to win the race off pit road here. It seems Herzog going to be 3rd off. Is it going to be Northrop going to be 3rd off? It will be. Bobby Cheney going to be 4th, as Robbie Hardy going to settle for 5th there. Ballard off 6th. There is Jake Nichols. Ty Sifford falling to P8. I think that was pretty much the position he was in when the caution came out anyway, so not so bad for him. Ethan Kurtz in 9th, and Craig Schroeder, after getting his wave around on during the last caution, he is now up into the top 10. So good moves there for the man in the 23. Eddie Kerner coming out of pit road after repairing his truck. David Schutt might have needed a couple of repairs on his. He's back out again. As there's Della Rosa coming out. Giannini's still in pit road. Dwayne Culbertson's still in pit road. As Giannini starts moving now. Brad Bothwell is moving as well. Jeremy Poole's still in pit road. And Brian Oshall's still in pit road, obviously. He is still towing, I believe. So after the pit stops have shaken out, we're going to step away for another quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more racing action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. So we're back here at Indianapolis. We have lights off on the pace car. We're about to get them going for the fourth time tonight, sorry. As now we have... Oh, God. Can Trato get a better lead this time round? He keeps scamping out to these big leads, but he's getting pegged back by the cautions. Can Hersek do anything about Trato? At this point, as the pace car going to make that left turn into pit road, and Trato not wasting any time. Again, we're back under green here at Indianapolis. Green flag is out, and everybody getting shuffled into position there as Trato going to lead them all into turn one again. Zoltan Herzeg in second, Nick Northrup into third. A nice little battle there between Delonta Ballard and Jake Nichols there for the P6 spot. And making sure everybody got around safely. We've got one falling away from the pack there. That is Jeremy Poole falling away slightly there. Brian Oshall still in pit road, I will say, as Bobby Cheney doing some Indy Snake action there, trying to break the draft from Jake Nichols. Back at the front, Nate Trato not able to get away from Herseg this time around. So Trato there looking for his second win of the season. Herseg looking for his first win of the season as Northrop into the wall. That's going to screw off some speed there for the 54. And Robbie Oddy going to drop into third place. And Jake Nichols challenging Bobby Cheney there for that fourth spot. Yes, Cheney's going to fall backwards even more. Robbie Oddy's going to burn some speed off. He's going to fall back as well. So we're going to get everybody bunched up right now as Jake Nichols now moves up to third place. And the leaders, yeah, they're battling it out of the front, but all the action's right here right now as Oddy now going to chase and try and get that position back from Jake Nichols out of turn 4. Northrop still scrubbing off that speed there. He's got one hell of a pack behind him. That is Delonta Ballard, Bobby Cheney, Tyler Sifford, Ethan Curtis right there as well as Freddie De La Rosa. David Schutt and Eddie Kerner are right there as well. Kerner actually going to try and make a move on Schutt now. Schutt closes the door. Didn't want to make any puns there. As Ethan Kurt's going to do the Indy Snake now. Try and break the draft from Freddie De La Rosa. As he moves to the inside of Ty Sifford. Gonna dive it in there, and Ethan Kurt's now up to P8. Ty Sifford falling back to P9. Not really getting his race the way he likes it. As here comes Zoltan Herzeg to the inside of Nate Trato, and Herzeg will be your new leader here tonight at Indianapolis. Great move there by the 94. It's been fast all evening, and this is the first time we've seen him at the front in this race so far. Jake Nichols still quite far back. We've got a big crash in the background. And that was Tyler Sifford getting launched in the air. My God, what a big crash. Let's take a look at that. And it was Ethan Kurtz and Ty Sifford. Wow, that was scary. Let's take a look at it from Ethan Kurtz's point of view. You see them side by side coming out of turn 2. And oh my God. Eddie Kerner involved in that as well. De La Rosa involved in that. Wow. And we're going to take a look at it from Sifford's point of view, unfortunately. That's going to end his night, unfortunately. As, wow. And let's look at it from his point of view. He's got Kurtz behind him and gets launched up in the air. Wow. Let's look at it from Kurt's point of view. It was just a meeting of the minds in the middle, and wow, big hit there for Kurtz. Gets hit by Kerner. And unfortunately his night will be over as well. Kerner's night may be over as well as Freddie De La Rosa. De La Rosa already having to tow it to pit road, so he is out. Sifford is out. Kerner is out as well. Ethan Kurtz is out as well. So big incidents there for those drivers involved. Wow. So under caution number 4 here, and the new leader actually, Zoltan Herzeg, taking that lead away from Nate Trato just before the caution came out, and they're all going to bring it down pit road. And someone really does need to check on Sifford. That was a big hit. So Herzeg going to bring it down pit road. Nichols already getting into his box there. Herzeg going to jump into his pit box, and we're going to look at the pit cam right here. Who is going to win the race off pit road? Culberson going to go drive straight through. Jeremy Poole having a bit of a difficulty getting into his pit box, but still not getting into his pit box. Neither is David Schutt. Schutt's going to have to abandon his pit stop. So big problems. Oh no, Schutt actually got out, but it's only Nate Trato winning the race off pit road as Herzeg. We've got 3 wide action coming out of pit road there. Ultra aggressive driving from a lot of people here tonight. Let's take a look at that again. Now, Delonta Ballard, Jake Nichols, you've got Robbie Oddy. Cheney's inside Oddy. It's like, wow, okay. Get it figured out, boys. Never seen that before. Then again, I've never seen a car get launched up in the air from just a simple wall hit, but never mind. Brad Bothwell is your leader. He's decided to stay out. He gets the bonus point for leading lap, so good for him. Becky, you might want to go a bit further back into the broadcast and see what happened to Tyler, because it wasn't pretty. He's unfortunately out of this race. So, Ty Sifford is out of this event by the looks of things. That crash actually still shakes me to my core. That is a big hit for him. As Nate Trato is going to be your leader now. There he is. For those of you that are just joining us, big incident to bring out caution number 4 here. Contact between Ethan Kurtz and Tyler Sifford. Sifford ending up into the wall and getting launched over the catch fence. Literally launched over the catch fence, and Ethan Kurtz getting a lot of damage as well. Freddie De La Rosa and Eddie Kerner were involved in that as well. And that's ended 4 drivers' races here tonight. We've only got 13 drivers left in this. Robert Giannini is back in pit road as well. And he's back out again. I believe he's just taken a penalty. And it's a shame for Tyler Sifford. He did start on the pole here tonight. Would love to have seen him get a win, but unfortunately it just wasn't to be for the man in the 98. So we've only got 13 trucks left in this. We've got lap 35 coming up next time by. I'm guessing the lights will go off on the pace car this time around. And Zoltan Herzog has got it all to do again. He got the lead away from Nate Trato just before the caution came out. Now he has to do it all over again. Robbie Oddy doing a bit of fake pitting there. Same for David Schutt, as Schutt actually hit the cone. And Nick Northrup going to bring it into pit road. Probably going to get a bit of damage repaired there. The lights are off on the pace car once again. And it looks like Trato going to opt for the outside line restart this time by. Dalton Herzog just hanging back a little bit, just maybe trying to save a bit of fuel on this pace lap. So we're going to be getting going again with 30 laps to go here at Indianapolis. And we will see who is going to come out on top of this one. With 13 trucks left on the track, you can't really expect there to be many more cautions, but these are the trucks, anything can happen. So as they come through the 3-4 complex, we are going to get things going here once again at Indy. They make their way through turn 3 and make their way into turn 4. As out of turn 4 he comes, and the pace car will make the hard left turn into pit road. He kind of shimmied into pit road there, but never mind, as Trato holds it down a little bit more this time and gets him going. Going to change lanes there, go down to the bottom line. And if I remember rightly, lane changing is illegal even if you're the leader. So I'm not sure if management want to take a look at that. Look at the battle for third place here. Robbie Oddy and Jake Nichols. Oddy is going to try and defend that third place, but Nichols is actually in third, so it's actually Oddy challenging for third place, going to file in behind the 20, as Delonta Ballard is actually going to follow him through. Is he going to actually try to take the position away? Nichols going to drop to the bottom line to defend, but that's going to leave the door open for Ballard to try and get a position away. No, he's going to stay lockstep right behind him. Down the start, finish straight, they come again. Everybody pretty much single file right now. Out of the turn they come, and Ballard's still able to hold on ahead of Bobby Cheney now, who's putting him under pressure. Robbie Oddy's still trying to chase down Nichols. And look at the front again, Zoltan Herzeg. I said he had to do it all over again, and he is doing it all over again. He's not letting Trato get away. Out of turn 4 they come. Trato's still your leader. Herzeg actually backed off a bit there, and he's going to let Jake Nichols get a bit of a draft off him now. Into turn 1 they come, completing another lap. We're on lap 38 of 65. Go a bit further back. Let's go back to Craig Schroeder here, who's currently riding just ahead of Dwayne Culberson, right behind Robert Giannini. I just heard that Eddie Kerner's back out on track again, and he is. So we've got 14 trucks running again. So good to see that Eddie Kerner's committed to staying in the race. And I know that once Tyler Sifford gets his trucks fixed, he'll be back out there, no problem. So no problems for him, although he will be several laps down. Look at the front of the pack, though. Got a bit of an Indy snake going on there. Nate Trato's trying to defend from Zoltan Herzeg. He knows that Herzeg is a threat here. He's already been passed by one. He's already been passed once by the 94. Doesn't want to see that happen again. Jake Nichols into third, as we've already mentioned. Robbie Oddy into fourth. Delonta Ballard having a really good run here tonight. He is in the top 5 ahead of Bobby Cheney. David Schutt having a pretty quiet run tonight. Is in P7. He was one of the architects to one of the, I believe it was the second caution here tonight. Or the first? No, third. Third caution. Craig Schroeder there still holding off Culberson and Nick Northrup. Northrup actually on the freshest tyres out there, I believe. Kerner is, but he's 5 laps down. I'll do a bit of the Indy snake there, and as Northrup going to chase down Schroeder. Through the corners they come, and here comes Northrup to the inside. Out of turn 2 now, and he's going to get the clear. Great move for Nick Northrup to move his way up to P9. And they've put quite a bit of a gap on Brad Bothwell. Bothwell's actually been through the wars tonight, so no surprise that he probably has lost a bit of pace in that truck. But back at the front now, throw a blanket over your top 4 right now, as Nate Trato still holds on to the lead here ahead of Zoltan Herzeg. Jake Nichols is right there, and Robbie Oddy is there too. Don't count him out as Eddie Kerner comes back down to pit road. As Jeremy Poole is out of this race as well now. What happened to Jeremy Poole? I think he might have just given up the ghost. Oh, he hit the wall big time coming out of turn 2, and he's decided to hang it up. That truck is finished. But back in your lead pack here, we have Nate Trato still doing everything he can to hold off Herzeg, and now Nichols is in this lead truck fight. He's in this lead battle. Out of turn 4 they come. We're going to be starting lap 42 now. As Trato into the wall. That's going to hurt him as goes Nichols. We're going to have a 3-wide action here. Going down towards turn 1. Who's going to come out on top in this one? And it might be Jake Nichols here. It will be Jake Nichols, and Nichols, after not setting a time here and starting near the back, has finally got himself to the lead here. Trato getting his momentum back here. He's going to move to the inside of Zoltan Herzeg. And he gets the job done. Back up to second. He's going to move to the inside of Jake Nichols at the same time. Is Nichols going to be able to hold on though and get that bonus point for at least leading a lap here? The answer will be no, as Trato is going to fend him off here, and very close. There's almost contact between Nichols and Trato. And Herzeg having to back off a bit as well. And bumper to bumper action here between Nichols and Trato. Out of turn 2 they come. What can Nichols do here? He's got a nose out to probably signify that he might make a move going into turn 3. Thinks better of it. Actually going to put the bumper to Trato again as they go towards turn 3. Maybe giving him a bit of a push there. They are teammates, Trato and Nichols, so both driving for Slip Angle Motorsports. Trato taking another bit of the wall with him, as now Zoltan Herzeg is under pressure from Robbie Oddy. Going through turn 2. Herzeg screwing a lot of speed and moving back away. Losing the top 2 actually, as behind them Delonta Ballard doing ever so well to hold off Bobby Cheney right now. David Schutt is right there as well in that P7 spot. Nick Northrup is right there too. Giannini's still going. He's there in P9. And Dwayne Culbertson holding on to that top 10 spot. But for how long? Because Craig Schroeder is right behind him. They've completely dropped Brad Bothwell. And here comes Nichols now to the inside of Nate Trato. Nichols going to get that lap led. He will get the bonus point, and he's going to get the clear going into turn 1. Great move by the 20. He moves up to the lead now. Zoltan Herzeg has caught these two up again. He's going to try and make a move on Trato as they come down the backstretch. Look at Herzeg go. To the inside, almost contact, but Herzeg gets the position away. He's up to P2 now. That's all big hit for Jay Nichols. He has absolutely slammed the wall coming out of 4. And that's going to hurt him now. He's going to lose a few positions here. Oh, he lost just one. And Zoltan Herzeg now inherits the lead after that. So it looked like he was going to fall away from the lead too, but somehow managed to catch back up again. He pressured Jake Nichols into a mistake. Let's go back and see what happened to Nichols here. Nichols had a bit of a decent lead there, actually, coming out of turn 4. Lost the back end of the truck and just absolutely slammed the wall. Taking a look at it from another angle. You see it right there, boom. That right rear, not going to be very happy at this point, and now he's already fallen away quite considerably from Robbie Oddy. Zoltan Herzeg is your leader. We are less than 20 laps to go here now in Indianapolis. And for those that are interested, we do have another live stream that's just started on the other side of the channel. We are at Indianapolis with the Top Fuel Summer Light Series. So if you want some Indianapolis action in the open wheel cars, then make sure you check that one out. That is the season finale there, and hopefully they've got a decent field out there tonight. They didn't have a very good field last season as Zoltan Herzeg getting very close to the wall. So make sure if you fancy some open wheel action at Indianapolis, make sure you check that out. Herzeg gets very out of shape coming out of 4. Is that going to let Nate Trato into it again? Into turn 1 they go. Herzeg able to hold on, but for now... And will they have to make a pit stop before this is over? Judging by tyre wear, you've got to think that they have to at some point. Trato going to get a nice run there going into 3. Herzeg going to fend him off very nicely, in fact. Going to jump out maybe half a truck width and block the momentum that Trato had as they come out of turn 4. Nice, lot cleaner through there from Herzeg as... Oh, big contact there for Delonta Ballard in the background. Turn 4 is becoming Calamity Corner as it seems right now. Let's take another look at that. It was drafted with Jake Nichols and Bobby Cheney. It looks like Cheney might have hit the wall as well. They both did, but Ballard getting the worst of it. As he's now falling behind Nick Northrup and David Schutt. So, big consequences there for the man in the 21. Take a look at Bobby Cheney there. He's up into P4 now after getting around Jake Nichols. Nichols starting to fall backwards with that considerable damage on the right side of his truck. As there goes Northrup to the inside of Schutt in the background. We saw that there at the top of your screen. Northrup is on the fresher tyres out of the rest of the guys here. So he has got 2 laps over everybody. Into turn 1 he goes. Nate Trato closed the gap again between himself and Zoltan Herzeg. And at the line we will be 15 laps to go here at Indy. And now you see the pressure starting to build here as the Indy snake comes into play. As Nick Northrup now all over the back of Jake Nichols. Nichols doing everything he can to keep that truck underneath him. He's been struggling since he hit that wall. And it doesn't look like the struggles are ending as David Schutt almost hits the wall. Great save by the 42. Nichols still struggling here. Northrup down P6, 7th is David Schutt. Delonta Ballard down to 8th now after he hit the wall as well. The turn 4 becoming Calamity Corner. Can Herzeg and Trato get around safely? Trato going to take a look to the inside as they go through turn 3. Not going to make it work this time. Are they going to make it round turn 4 safely? You know, with the tyre drop off, it's going to be very hard to get around. And the top 3 get around safely. Robbie Hardy very clever in just watching the action in front of him. He knows if there's a wreck between the top 2, though, he will be there to pick up the pieces. He's far back enough to get around it, if anything does happen. Bobby Cheney back there as well in P4. Eddie Kerner still circulating around the track in that very damaged number 55 machine. And while we're thinking about it, we are going to go and ride for a lap with Nate Trato. and just get a measure of what he's having to go through while he's in the draft of that number 94 as he's trying to get back up into first place. So here's a lap or two with Nate Trato. They're very close to the wall there as they come out of turn 4. We are going to be 10 laps to go here at Indianapolis, and it's all to race for now. The gloves are officially off for these guys now. With Trato and Herzeg fighting it out for the top spot here. You got Robbie Oddy there in 3rd place. Bobby Cheney in 4th place still. Nick Northrup up to the top 5 now. David Shutton to P6 after now. He's finally got around Jake Nichols, who's still falling backwards, might I add. He's going to fall, actually, staying with David Shutton, I will say. Still on to Ballard back there in P8. Dwayne Culberson in 9th and Craig Schroeder in P10. Robert Giannini's fallen well off the pace there. He's actually right behind Craig Schroeder, so Schroeder's actually got around him legitimately here. Back of the front, we are 9 laps to go here now at Indy. All to play for, very exciting here. Can Trato find a way round, or is that damage too much for him here? Herzeg controlling this top 3 very nicely. They are a full 4 seconds ahead of Bobby Cheney. And it looks like Robbie Oddy has finally caught up to the back of these. He's decided now's the time to move. And not surprising. And who's going to come out on top of this one? Top 3 all together. That is your podium right there. Oh, big tank slapper there from Herzeg. That might let Trato in. Or will it? No, it won't. Want to stay ahead. Zoltan Herceg still holding on to that lead by just 1/10 of a second now. Out of turn 2 they come. They're going to do the Indy Snake again. And into turn 3. Can Herceg keep it clean going through this corner now? Out of turn 3. Into turn 4. Herceg looking for his first win. Trato looking for his second win of the season. Much better through there that time around. Managed to get a gap on Trato this time around, actually. Andy right there. Not really any other battles to speak of right now, apart from the battle in the top 3. Ashley Herceg starting to get away from Trato now. Oh, very close to the wall through 1 and 2. But this is what it takes to get the race win here. You've got to be as close to that wall as possible. Just run every single inch of the track, make your truck look as big as possible in order to stay out in the lead. But Trato's starting to fall away now. Out of turn 4 now. Very clean racing as Trato very close to the wall there, but he's going to get a run on Herceg now. Into turn 1. And this time by, we will be 5 laps to go, so it's go or go home time, unfortunately, for most of these guys, as Trato's still holding on to second place. Rob Yoddy in third. Cheney is in fourth, but Nick Northrup is starting to catch him. As Delonta Ballard is in pit road now. And there's your battle between Jake Nichols and David Schutt for 6th place here. Schutt going to use the Indy Snake as Nichols has found some speed in that truck again. Out of turn 3 they come. Into turn 4 we are now going to be 5 laps to go here. At Indianapolis, can Herceg hold on? Trato trying to do everything he can to get that lead away, but that damage might be hurting him. Oddy's starting to fall away now. And who's going to come out on top of this one? There's still nose to tail between Herceg and Trato. Out of turn 4. 4 laps to go at the line now. It's very clean racing between these two so far. Going to be 3 laps to go at the line. Down the backstretch they come. Into turn 3 once again. And we'll go back to the battle between Schutt and Nichols in a moment. But this is your battle for the lead. This is the main battle out on track right now. Three laps to go here at Indy. Herzeg might find him. He will be ecstatic if he can get the win out of this one. We know he will. Artie's probably just going to settle for third place here. He's well and truly fallen off. So the popsicle stick's going to come out this time by as they come out of turn 4. They're coming up on the lap truck of Eddie Kerner, who is 10 laps down. Now here's where a bit of strategy might come into play here. Is Kerner going to try and use a bit of strategy and help Robbie Oddy here, as it looks like Trato has completely fallen off now. Has he had an incident there? Let's take a look. Drifted up wide and slams the wall coming out of 1, sorry. That might have given the race to Herzeg here. More damage for the 98. Oh, the 99, sorry. The 98's out of the race, unfortunately. Out of turn 4, he's only got one more lap to go as Zoltan Herzeg, as he comes down towards the line to see that white flag in the air. So round turn 1 comes Zoltan Herzeg. Been in very much control for most of the race. He has led 22 laps. This will be his 23rd lap led here tonight. Has been right up there, been putting everybody under pressure, and finally got the lead away through mistakes from Nate Trato and Jake Nichols, and has kept control of the race ever since. And now he's only got 2 more corners to go before he can finally claim that race win in the Truck Series this season. Through turn 3 for the final time he comes. And through turn 4, Zoltan Herzeg, for the first time this season, going to come down to the line for the final time and win at Indianapolis. Fantastic result there for the man in the 94. Nate Trato is in second place and ditches it into the wall, so probably not happy. Robbie Oddy going to claim third place here. But Zoltan Herzeg is your man of the moment, and we're going to back it up a little bit because we don't want to see a destroyed truck. That is Nate Trato's truck. As that is your winner right there. We're going to speak to him in a moment, but first we're going to step away for a quick commercial break. We'll have the interviews in a moment. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. You want to hear what they have to say. Welcome back to Indianapolis, as we've just seen a very exciting end to the race as Zoltan Herzeg finally gets his way to the top step of the podium. And we're going to reach out to the man in the 94 right now as he joins me in the booth. Zoltan Herzeg, Sam up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Not too bad. We've seen you up there for most of the season, but finally you get to the top step of the podium. Led 23 laps there after starting P6. You've got to be very happy with that result.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a fun race. I'm glad we were able to stay green towards the end. We almost did a whole fuel run. I was actually running out the lap after when I was doing my donuts. So that's pretty cool.
But anyway, able to capitalize on mistakes by the points leader Jake Nichols and another mistake there by Nate Trato. Got to be happy to see them fall by the wayside, but also got to been a bit annoyed to be able to get a clear run at the end there.
Yeah, exactly. I knew if I just kept the car clean, didn't hit the wall, there would have been a chance. And it was getting tough because the car's so tight in the the first 6 laps or so, and then it starts getting loose. And then turn 4 is just treacherous. It just wanted to spin on you almost every time. Absolutely.
And you did have one hell of a tank slapper coming out of turn 4. At one point, managed to hold it up. I'm guessing you had a bit of a Cole Brown moment at that point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But anyway, this has got to be a special one for you. I mean, you've been up there for most of the season so far. To finally get it at the Brickyard, though, a special place like this, it's got to be very, very good, special for yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's always coming. It's always cool racing here, and it's unique compared to any other track that we run, with the way the corners are laid out, and it's very, very technical, very line sensitive.
Absolutely. Speaking of technical tracks, we next week we head to another different. Well, head to another cookie cutter for the season. Next week we head to Las Vegas. What are your thoughts going to that one as we head to the 1.5 mile oval?
I just got to get into the mindset of like pack racing, because I'm pretty sure it's full throttle for a good amount of laps. So it's gonna be real tight racing. It should produce a good show.
Absolutely, Las Vegas always puts on a great show as people try and take a gamble there, pun intended. But anyway, Zoltan, congratulations on the win here. Led 23 laps of tonight's race. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or give a shout out to for tonight's result?
I want to thank everybody for watching, and I want to thank you for broadcasting, and thank everybody who puts on this league. It's definitely a fun league to run. Okay,
Zoltan Herzeg, the number 94 Chevrolet, bringing it to the top of the podium for the first time this season. Zoltan, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Las Vegas.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That was the 94 of Zoltan Herzeg joining me in the booth there. Now we're going to speak to probably a man that's not going to be very happy here. The man in the 99 made a few uncharacteristic mistakes near the end there, but ultimately still came home in second place. We're going to go and find him now, if I can. There we are. Nate Trato, Sam up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, 10-4.
Probably not the result you wanted out there tonight, judging by your wall hit at the end there, but definitely gave it a good go, but it was ultimately that mistake with 2 laps to go that really put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, Zoltan ran a great race. He was faster than me all day. I just had the track position and the pit stall that really helped me retake the lead. The one time he got it away from me under green. I mean, it was basically a flawless race for him. I mean, I made that one mistake, and that was it.
Absolutely, but regardless, you still come away with another top 3 here. Looking at the points situation with Jake Nichols falling back like he did, that's really got to help you with your march towards the top of the table. Is that what you're thinking of at this point in the long game as we get closer to the chase?
I'm just thinking about making the chase. I mean, once you get there, it really don't make a difference. Everybody's reset. So, I mean, as long as I can get myself to a comfortable spot to maybe have a bad race or two, to be able to fall back on some good races. That's really my goal. Whether I finish at the top of the regular season points or not, as long as I'm in, I'm good, and I'm racing for wins.
Absolutely. Well, Nate, congratulations on the second place regardless. Looking ahead to next week, we kind of go from really high speed to absolutely crazy as we head to Las Vegas. What are your thoughts going to that one?
Any mile-and-a-half track is usually decent track for me. Everybody's, really closely matched on pace. So it'll be definitely a more racecrafty kind of style race. We'll see. Hopefully, we've usually been good. Hopefully we can continue our good streak going in there.
Absolutely. Well, one more time, congratulations on second place. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to or say thanks to for tonight's second place?
SRA for the races and y'all for the broadcast.
Okay, Nate Trato, number 99, Slip Angle Motorsports Chevrolet Silverado, coming home in second place. Congratulations one more time, and we'll see you next week when we go to Sin City.
10-4, thank you.
That was Nate Trato joining me in the booth there for his second place finish. Understandably not very happy with his result. One man that probably will be happy with his result, there's this man right here. That's Robbie Oddy. Fell back, he realised that maybe the top two might have been out of his reach a bit, but we'll find out right now as we're going to drag him down to the booth. Find out what he has to say. Robbie Oddy, Sam up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Third place on the night. Yeah, I believe that's your first podium of the season. What are your thoughts on that one? Looked like you decided to back off near the end there.
Yeah, I was just saving tires, and the 99 or 94, they did a great job. They were fast. I think I was a bit faster than them at the end just because they were racing really hard at the beginning. I could save a bit more rubber. It's once I got within 0.3 of them, it's like I hit a brick wall of air, and I got air tight so bad, so I couldn't really gain enough. I was hoping they could get side by side, but I got within 0.2 and then got air tight and hit the wall. So good win by them, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Absolutely. You look like you got a bit of right side damage at the end there. Did you manage to scrape the wall at the end there? Is that what made you back off a bit?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, got to be happy with the third place. Definitely a good position for yourself, especially with the chase coming up in a few weeks' time. Looking ahead to next week, we go to the 1.5 mile oval in Las Vegas. What are your thoughts going to that one?
I like Las Vegas. It really matters the track temp. If it's a night race, we're gonna see us going wide open. If it's a day race, we're gonna have to get out of the throttle a bit. So it should be interesting, but the entire field's just going to be on top of each other there, so it should be good racing for the fans, and hopefully we can pick up our first dub of the season there.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the third place here tonight. First time on the podium here this season. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to or say thanks to for tonight's podium finish?
Yeah, I just got to thank all the people who helped me get to where I am today. I got to thank Koala for sponsoring our truck here tonight. I think Chris Lewis back at TI Race does a great job putting all this stuff together, and Mark Love for being here with me at the beginning.
Okay, Robbie. Well, congratulations one more time, and we'll see you next week at Las Vegas.
Thanks, bud.
So, Robbie Oddy, the third place finisher here at Indianapolis. I've got Las Vegas on the mind here tonight. Want to speak to someone if he's available. He might not be. I'm hoping he is. Oh, they're in the main lobby. Okay, we're gonna leave them. I'm guessing they're in a admin meeting, so probably not going to be able to speak to them. But anyway, that will do it for the interviews tonight. I'm pretty sure everybody's happy to hear from the top three at least. So with that, we are going to go to the results for tonight's race. That is what we're going to do. I'm going to take that down. So, sorry, I keep losing my train of thought here. So, after this round at Indianapolis, your results in this race are as follows. Coming home with his first race win of the season after a heroic race to hold off Nate Trato will be Zoltan Herzeg. Nate Trato settling for second place in the end after hitting the wall with 2 laps to go. Unfortunately, ended his chances of winning tonight. Robbie Oddy gets his first podium of the season. He comes home in 3rd. Bobby Cheney in 4th, and Nick Northrup rounds out your top 5. An epic battle near the end there. We didn't quite get to see it in the end because we were too focused on the lead. But Jake Nichols comes home in 6th, and 7th is David Schutt. 8th place will go to Dwayne Culberson. 9th will be going to Craig Schroeder. And rounding out your top 10 will be Robert Giannini. Brad Bothwell is your last driver running. He finished, actually he wasn't the last driver running. Last driver on the lead lap, he finished 11th. Delonta Ballard made the late pit stop. He was 6 laps down in the end. He comes home in 12th, and Eddie Kerner, being involved in that big incident with Tyler Sifford, he ends up in P13. Jeremy Poole in 4th, even Tyler Sifford, biggest crash of the season we've seen all season. He finished in 50, gets 15th, and Ethan Kurtz, the man who was involved in that incident, is 16th. Freddie De La Rosa in 17th, 18th going to Brian Oshel, 19th to Bryce Senesac, and 20th to Jared Darling, and 21st and last on the field goes to Marcus Richardson. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight here at Indianapolis. What a race we've seen, and we've seen the first time winner on the season here in Zoltan Herzeg. Looking ahead to the rest of the schedule, we have right now on the other side of the channel, we have the Top Fuel Racing Summer Lights Series finale at the very same track. We're at Indianapolis for that one as well, so make sure you check that one out. Tomorrow night we have Paskey's Truck Series as they head to Bristol, so that is going to be an absolute mind bender. And then Wednesday we head to Gateway Motorsports Park as we have Top Fuels Racing's Premier Series, the Indy Championship, going there for the next round in that one. But regardless, that is going to do it for me here tonight. All that's left for me to say here right now is keep it clean, keep it green. Thank you to everybody that joined me in the chat here tonight. Great to have you in here as always, Becky Sifford and the rest that turned up. But for me, all that's left for me to say again is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you tomorrow for Paskey's.